Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I'm Diego, and we're going to finish talking about Sex and the City, Season 5, Episode 8, the season finale of Season 5. Okay, so this is Part 2. For those of you who don't know, I already did a Part 1 episode. Please watch that one first. That will get caught up to where we are. We're about halfway done with this episode now in the review. Okay, so my name is Diego. I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City, all 94 episodes. I watched both movies and I watched that piece of shit show. I've already reviewed And Just Like Crap. The reviews are already on here if you want to watch my reviews on that. However, I did not like that show. I do like this show. I loved Sex and the City, the original show. I watched it because I love the show, not because I was hate watching it or anything, or people made me watch it or nothing like that. I actually legitimately enjoy the show. The only problem was none of my straight guy friends were watching the show. Okay, I started watching the show because I was trying to meet some hot girls. Okay, and I was meeting hot girls, and all of them were watching the show. Okay, the girls at school that I went to school with and the girls that I worked with were all watching the show. Now, I lived in a big city. I lived in Chicago. You know, I went to a lot of nightclubs, a lot of bars, a lot of parties, a lot of concerts, dancing, a lot of social events. There's a lot to do in Chicago, especially when you're young and you're in your 20s. Okay, you go to a lot of parties, you go to a lot of comedy clubs. I was doing theater as well, so I was doing all sorts of shit. I worked with a lot of models and actors and all sorts of people like that. Okay, and we had fun. Okay, that's what you do when you're in your 20s. Okay, you date around. You meet people, you have a good time. So I knew exactly the kind of lifestyle these ladies were living because I was living that lifestyle myself. I was just living it from a guy's point of view, okay? So I was a big fan of the show, okay? But the biggest problem I had was I did not like the way they represented the straight guys on the show. These guys did not act the way real guys act, okay? So that's why I'm doing this YouTube channel, to separate the fact from the fiction. I want you to know what a straight guy really thinks about the show, and I'm not gonna spare your feelings, okay? I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth whether you like it or not, okay? Some of you are gonna get offended. If you're easily offended, if you're easily triggered, get the fuck out right now. Like I said, I do not censor myself here. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think from a straight man's point of view. That's the point of view that you never got when you watch a show with your girlfriends and your gay friends, okay? And they're talking about the Manolo Blahniks, okay? And the Barneys and all that kind of fucking bullshit that I don't give two fucking shits about, okay? I don't care about the clothes. I don't care about any of that shit, okay? All I care about is the relationships between the men and the women on the show, okay? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I review on this channel here, okay? So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, okay, the real question is that you need to ask yourself right now, to dig deep down inside your heart and ask yourself, ladies, can you handle it? Because I don't think you can handle it. We'll see though, right? Okay, so here we go. So when I left off my review in the last episode here, we were talking about the wedding party. Samantha is planning the wedding reception at her ex-boyfriend's house, Richard, in the Hamptons, okay, and some hot girls, okay. I think there's three like super hot girls with fake titties in their bikinis. They look like they're probably 22 years old, okay. Exactly the kind of women that we never get to see on the show for obvious reasons. Because straight men aren't watching the show, number one. And number two, because the middle-aged women that are watching the show don't want to get their feelings hurt. Okay, so that's why we don't see these hot young women with fake titties on a regular basis, but we're seeing them in this episode. Okay, and I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to complain about it. All right, so they're there, and Samantha cannot get rid of him because apparently Richard made an agreement with him that they can use his house every weekend if they want. So of course the girls take advantage of that, and I'm sure he gets nothing in return for it. Yeah, right. But anyway, so they're there. Samantha tries to kick him out, but she can't kick him out because, like I said, Richard's letting Samantha use the house for fucking free, for no fucking reason. Okay, he's letting her use the house for this fucking wedding reception for free. That's the part that gets to me. For free. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. All right, that would not be for free. Okay. Anyway. So she's already freeloading off of this guy, and now she's pissed off that these younger, hotter, better-looking women are freeloading off of him too. I guess she thought she was the only one allowed to do it, right? Because she's Samantha. Yeah, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, all right? She's not a bad person. Don't get me wrong. I love Samantha. In a lot of ways, she has more integrity than any other woman on the show, okay? But in this case, she's just fucking being petty, all right? So that's going on here. The girls show up. Okay, Miranda shows up with her baby for the reception. The reception's going. The pre-reception's going on now. Okay, the party before the wedding, and then there's another party after that. Okay, so it's a big pool party. A lot of people are there hanging out by the pool. You know, Miranda shows up, but she brought her baby with her, Brady with her. Even though Samantha told her no fucking babies allowed, she brought her baby with her. Okay, and she's like, hey, it's okay. He's wearing Ralph Lauren. Okay. Yeah, so the baby's wearing Ralph Lauren. Big fucking deal. Carrie's there. Carrie notices the hot girls over there. And the hot girls, yeah, I told you about with their fake titties. They start fucking taking their tops off. Oh my fucking God, man. See, this is what we need on the show. Okay? If I was directing the show would be about them. It wouldn't be about fucking Samantha, Carrie, and there would be no Miranda on this show, number one. But hey, I'm not making the show, right? It wasn't made for me. It wasn't made for me. The show wasn't made for me. Okay? So this is the best I'm going to get. All right? So yeah, finally some young, hot, attractive women on the show. Holy shit. Somebody called Ripley. They actually fucking put some hot, young, fucking tight-ass bikini girls on the show. With big titties. Yes, I know, right? Unfucking believable, dude. You know, I'm thinking that Michael Patrick King, the guy that wrote all these episodes, the showrunner, you know, the gay guy, I'm thinking like there's a show called In Living Color once, and you probably remember it. It was with the Wayans brothers did it, okay? And there's this show they did called Men on Film, which is about these two gay guys that fucking just reviewed films like from a gay man's point of view, from a male point of view, right? Yeah, they were gay guys, all right? Anyway, there's one episode where one of the gay guys gets hit. He gets hit in the head, and he wakes up and he's straight. Well, I think that's what happened to Michael Patrick. I think somebody clunked him on the head, and all of a sudden he woke up and was like, oh my God, we need some attractive women on the show. You know, I think that's what happened. I don't know. Okay, so that's going on here. Okay. Yes. So Carrie notices the hot girls hanging out by the pool, and yeah, they take their tops off. Yeah, I know. And unlike the other women on the show, these women actually have tits. They actually have tits. And they're fake. So what? All right. So Samantha tells Carrie, they won't leave. She originally let them stay here for free. Fucking freeloaders. And Carrie's like, Samantha, people in glass houses. So it's like, okay, I went through a lot with Richard for this house. I should be rewarded. No, you shouldn't, okay? You were a fucking bitch. You were a fucking bitch and a fucking cunt to your goddamn boyfriend. He bought you all sorts of shit. He bought you fucking diamond rings. He bought you diamond necklaces. He bought you pearl fucking thongs, okay? He took you all over the fucking world in his private fucking jet. You stayed in 5-star fucking hotels. He's great in fucking bed. He did all this fucking shit for you. And you dumped him. You dumped him because hot young women were also attracted to him. And you were afraid he would cheat on you again. Okay? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, okay? He suffered more being with your fucking middle-aged ass, okay, than you suffered being with him, which elevated you, okay? It didn't elevate him. All right. So, yeah, like I said, the hot girls get topless. Finally, something for me to see, okay? And yeah, you know, fuck, I want to show about these girls. I want to see that show, man. Just give me that show. I don't care. The quartet, they can guest star. They can show up every once in a while. But yeah, just give me a show with these girls. Anyway, yeah, that ain't going to happen though, right? Because that would be sexist. But you got fucking dudes walking around on this show with fucking ripped abs and their butts hanging out. Okay? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. That's female empowerment. It's about time. Women got something out of it too. Yeah, but yeah, if we want to see something, no, that's sexist. That's male gaze. Get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. Anyway, so that's going on here, okay? And that's the real reason the women don't get their own show on this, okay? Because that would piss off the women on the show. The guys would watch it, but the women wouldn't, yeah. They would fucking complain to HBO about the patriarchy and the misogyny. Yeah, that's what would happen. Even back then, yeah, of course. All right. So Charlotte thinks it's inappropriate that these hot girls are getting fucking topless at this fucking party with a bunch of adults there. Yeah, I could see why she would be offended. Yeah. Okay. Harry says, regards to Silicon Valley. You know, because he knows what these girls are trying to do, okay? We see him all the fucking time. I see him today. I see him at the gym all the fucking time, okay? They're trying to get attention. They just want they want someone to notice them, okay? They want the Instagram likes. That's all it is, okay? These are women that are desperate for attention. You know, this is what they have to do to get people to notice them, you know? You can do a whole fucking season on that. My God. Anyway, so that's going on here. Charlotte tells Harry to take off his shirt because he's wearing his like fucking Hawaiian shirt. He takes it off, but he's got all these fucking sores and shit on his back. Like, you know, like I guess that waxing didn't go very well. He can't tell because he can't see his back, but Charlotte's like, oh my God, put your shirt back on. It's disgusting. He's got all these sores and scabs back there. You know, he's like, oh, I did feel a bit itchy back there. And it looks really bad. It looks really, really bad. Like, I don't have any back hair, so I've never had to get my back waxed. But I don't see how he wouldn't notice that or how he wouldn't have brought that up to her already. Like, hey, you know, I think my back is all irritated after what happened. Like, you know, but he didn't realize it. But Charlotte realized this, so she's embarrassed by him, so she tells him to put his fucking shirt on, of course. Because that's exactly the kind of relationship you want, Charlotte. A guy that you're embarrassed to be seen with. All right. So that's going on here. Okay, Mitzi. Now, Mitzi is the woman getting married. She's the bride. And she's marrying this gay guy named Bobby Farron, played by Nathan Lane, who we all love. He's very funny, especially in this episode. He's extremely funny. He's Mr. Personality. He's the kind of guy that fucking, like, everyone will gather around him and just watch him talk for like an hour, okay? Because he's so fucking funny. He's got all the quips. He's got the best lines. You know, he's Mr. Personality, you know? And he's very, very entertaining. Like I said, Nathan Lane's a very talented actor, okay? And like I already said in the last episode, the reason he's in this episode is because fucking his co-worker from the Broadway show The Producers is Matthew Broderick, who is married to Sarah Jessica Parker. So it wasn't much of a stretch for her to tell her husband to bring his co-star over to on an episode of Sex and the City, okay? And he nails it. He really does. He's really talented. Like, this guy, like, Nathan Lane is legit funny. You probably remember him from The Birdcage, that movie, that gay movie with Robin Williams, where he was married to Robin Williams and he pretended to be the mom. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was going on back then, too. Anyway, so that's going on here. And Mitzi tells Carrie that the sex with Bobby is amazing. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention, Bobby's fucking gay. He's gay and he's marrying a woman. So that's why everyone's kind of weirded out about this wedding. Like, what the fuck? Everybody knows he's gay, but he's marrying this woman, you know? So, and they don't understand it. Like, what the fuck? Okay. So, like, the Mitzi tells Carrie that the sex with Bobby is amazing. And then she kisses Bobby, like French kisses him in front of everybody. And Marcus is there. Marcus is Stanford. Stanford, you know, Carrie's friend, Stanford, gay friend Stanford. Marcus is Stanford's boyfriend, okay? Now, he's like this male model, good-looking guy. He's got the abs. He's got the hairless body, you know, the perfect hair, the chisel features. So he's like this super good-looking guy. And that's Stanford's boyfriend. And he shows up in a Speedo, okay? And Bobby looks at him and goes like, oh, my God! Who ordered this, Adonis? It's like, you know, you need to go to the gym more. Because I can, oh my God, I can grate cheese on his abs. And he starts rubbing Marcus's stomach, you know? And Stanford's there watching this, you know? He's like, oh, one large pizza and hold the salami. Please put a shirt on before I have to marry you. And he nails it. He really does. Nathan Lane nails this scene, man. It's funny. It's legit funny. Yeah, I know it's not for me. The show wasn't made for me, you know. But I'm sure all the gay guys watching this show got a big kick out of it. I did, and I'm not gay. Okay, I thought it was funny as hell. Okay, she's grabs her ass. And then he starts complaining about his soon-to-be wife, about how skinny she is. Oh my God, you need to eat something. Look at her. My Mitzi is itsy bitsy. You know? And then he grabs her ass in front of everybody. This is going all sorts of different directions here. Like, I can't even figure it out, you know? And Stanford, so they walk away and Stanford goes up to Carrie. It's like, oh my God, did you see that, Carrie? He wanted him. He wanted my boyfriend. You know? Why? Why is he married? Why is she marrying him? You know? And then Marcus says something that actually makes sense. Marcus, out of all people, he says, maybe he just makes her laugh. Mitzi's not a young woman. And Bobby Farron's not that young either. So the whole idea of, making love on the beach while the water goes up in front of you, like on fucking like on Here to Eternity, like something shit like that is probably that shit's in their past. They've already done that. I think you get to a certain age where you just want companionship. And let's face it, yeah, okay, so the guy doesn't get a hard on for women, okay? And I'm sure that Mitzi knows that, but I'm sure she's already fucked a lot of hard dick guys in her past, okay? And that now, at her age, she can't really get those guys anymore. And, she wants to have fun. This guy makes her laugh. I mean, like I said, he's the life of the fucking party, dude. You put him in a party, he's going to be the most popular guy there. He's Mr. Personality. He's got this huge personality that's just endearing to people, And I think that when you want to be and especially in your twilight years, you want to be with someone who can make you laugh. You want to be with someone who's going to surprise you every day, and I mean in a pleasant way, And this guy can do it. Okay, so he's not attracted to pussy, okay, but at least he is attractive. You see what I mean? And maybe that's enough for her at her age, and for him too. Maybe this is it. This is like maybe this is some woman that he likes being around. For whatever reason. Okay, so maybe he's not sexually attracted to her, but, maybe he just likes being around her. I can't fault him for that, Like I said, these are consenting adults. These aren't kids. They don't know what the fuck they're doing with their lives. These are people that are well into their middle ages. They're actually over the hump, okay? They got more years behind them than they do in front of them. So, they might as well, be happy, with each other, I don't agree with it necessarily, but hey, if that's what they want to do, my God, do it. Do it. Who cares? It's your life. It's your wedding. It's your marriage. No one else's. Okay. So that's going on here. Charlotte keeps nagging at Harry. Of course she does. She's nagging at him for all sorts of stupid shit. Carrie's like, why did she say that the sex was amazing? I don't get it. Why would Mitzi say something like that when he's clearly gay? And Samantha says, because it is amazing. It's amazing that he can get a hard on it all without another penis being in the room. Speaking of dicks, do you think Richard fucked those hot, young 20-year-olds over there with the big fake titties? I think you answered your own question there, Samantha. I would answer it here, but I think the answer is pretty obvious. It goes unsaid. It was the first thing I thought of when I saw these women. I don't know why it's something that you're just now realizing, Samantha. I thought you were supposed to be the smart one. Okay. Do you actually think Richard fucked these cocoa butter girls? Yeah, and I think there was a lot of cocoa butter involved in the fucking as well as the fucking. Yeah. I think he probably fucked. I think he fucked all of them at the same time. I know I would have. Okay. Anyway, Jack Berger shows up. That's my guy on the show. The guy that I relate to the most. He shows up on his motorcycle, which he can barely fucking ride it. He doesn't really know how to ride it. He only bought his motorcycle because his girlfriend and him broke up. So that's his way of compensating for that breakup. Hey, and we all do stupid things like that. I once shaved my head because my girlfriend and I broke up. All right, so I know about doing stupid things because your girlfriend and you broke up, and he did this. All right, he bought a fucking motorcycle that he does not know how to fucking operate. All right. So Carrie notices him there, and she's all excited and stuff, okay? And she decides to talk to him in private. So they go away from the party. They sit on this little meadow in the grass, like they're having a picnic, and they start talking to each other, okay? And it's kind of endearing. There's one thing I did notice is that Carrie has her arm slumped over Jack's motorcycle helmet, okay? And he's there in his fucking leather jacket, and they're talking, okay? Now, one thing about Jack is he always has a fucking, like a 90s backpack on, which is the one with just the one sash over your chest. Okay, he's got one of those, and it's surgically attached to him, okay? Because he never, ever fucking takes it off. Every time you see him in regular clothes, he's always got that backpack strapped across his chest, like a fucking Spartan, right? Okay, but I just noticed this, so it's there. Excuse me, all right. So they decide they're going to sit there and talk in the grass, and they do, okay? And it turns out that he does actually have a house in the Hamptons. That wasn't a joke he made earlier. Oh yeah, that party in the Hamptons. Yeah. I know about it. I see that house every time on my way home every day. Yeah, I thought that was a joke, but it's not a joke. He actually does have a house in the Hamptons. Okay, so he's already in the area. Okay, and he keeps talking about his ex-girlfriend. Okay, about why he bought the bike. About an ex-girlfriend that he had when he bought the house in the Hamptons. He bought it with his ex-girlfriend, and they had a garden they used to tend to all the time. But when they broke up, he let the garden dissolve. He quit taking care of the garden when his girlfriend and him broke up. So now he can't bring himself to go out there and do any more gardening because it's like, why bother? The girl that built this garden with me is gone now. So he talks about that, which honestly, that's not the kind of thing you want to talk about on a first date. And this is kind of a first date. You don't really want to talk about how you're still trying to get over your ex. That's not something you want to talk about on a first date. But having said that, yes, I'm fucking guilty of it. I've done this before. Maybe not as much as he is. He really delves into the story about his ex-girlfriend and the gardening, the garden that they had. I would not have done that. I probably would have said, yeah, my ex-girlfriend, I used to do that, and then I would have changed the subject. Okay, I wouldn't have kept going with that narrative. But he does for a little bit. Not as bad as Carrie though. Carrie gets a lot worse. All right. So that's going on, and then he's like, Carrie mentions that just like Jack, he can't go out to the garden. Carrie cannot bring herself to go anywhere near Aiden's store, the store where he sells his furniture. She always stays very far away from that store. She can't bring herself to go anywhere near that store anymore. Okay, and then he asks her, well, how long were you, like how long ago did you break up? Because the second time we broke up was a year ago. Okay, but we broke up a year before that as well. He's like, oh, so you guys broke up twice. Okay, way to go, Carrie. She's like, well, we hadn't hurt each other enough the first time, so we had to get it done the second time. Okay, and then she goes off in this long speech about relationships. Okay, she starts talking about how we can't, she's too old, like dating all the bad guys, the bad boy relationships. That's all the stuff you do when you're younger. And now she's older and she can't handle dating all these guys over and over again just to have her heart broken and blah blah blah. And it's obvious that she's still dealing with the breakup from Aiden. She has not gotten over it at all. She's still fucking talking about it. Now here's this guy, okay, that's attracted to her, that wants to talk to her, that wants to get to know her better. And what does he get to know on this first date? That all she does is fucking talk about Aiden. All she does is talk about her ex-boyfriend, okay? She does not mention the fact that she fucking fucked him over the first time they broke up, okay? But she does mention the fact that she still can't get over him the second time they broke up, all right? And that it's not fair to her. Yeah, it's not fair to her. He asked you to marry him, and it's not fair to you, Carrie. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right. And she's talking very passionately and very emotionally about this breakup with Aiden, okay? Not getting into specifics, but just talking about how it affected her and how it's still affecting her. And he's basically just sitting there going, oh. Like that, which is exactly what I would have done. Which I have done in the past when I've been in the exact same situation as him, okay? And he's starting to lose interest here and getting really skeptical about her, and basically he's waiting for her to shut up, all right? He realizes that it's a mistake to be listening to her this long, she's not over Aiden, and it's time for him to go. Here's this woman that he wanted to get to know, and what has he learned about her? That she's still fucking talking about her ex-boyfriend all the time. Fuck that noise. I've been in that situation myself. Okay, this is the point where I fucking get up and fucking just leave. Okay, hey, nice meeting you. Take care. Bye. And that's what I do, and I never see them again. Okay, I don't want to see them again. Okay, because that's not the kind of person I want to be with. If you want to meet me, I want to know about you. I don't want to know. I want to learn about you when I'm on a first date with you. Okay, I don't want to learn about all the fucking shit that your ex-boyfriend did to you. Okay, that's not what I want to learn about. All right. So I would have left too. So Carrie's like, how many times do we have to survive this? There should be a helmet laws for relationships. And Jack's like, oh, yeah, right, Carrie, yeah, right. Well, very well put. I should get going. Sorry, and he pulls his helmet away from her, and she was leaning on it, so she's like, oh, so she falls over when he pulls his helmet away from her, and he puts it on, and he's like, I should get going. And she's like, well, are you okay? And he's like, oh, yeah, it's going to take me 6 hours to get back to my house, and even though it's only 2 miles away, because he doesn't know how to ride his motorcycle very well. So he stumbles on the motorcycle, like he falls over it at one point, but then he fucking masters it and fucking rides away. So Carrie's all pissed off now and confused that he left without saying anything, really. Okay, so Carrie realized that this guy he's ghosting her right now. Okay, and Carrie slips as he grabs the helmet, and Jack's like, okay, bye. And he fucking leaves. Was exactly what I would have said. I would have said, okay, bye. That's exactly what I would have done too. Okay, so yes, I totally understand where he's coming from. Okay, all right, so that's going to end part 2 of this review for Sex and the City season 5, episode 8. And I will be back here very soon with part 3 to finally finish this review for season 5, episode 8. This is going a lot longer than I thought, damn, but there's a lot to cover here. And I can't cover it all in just one sitting, okay? So thank you for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.